Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Average Korean Man from South Korea. If you've been following my channel for quite a long time, you would probably know that I am getting married soon. And I am currently going through the procedure of a typical Korean wedding procedure. So today I would like to talk about the typical Korean wedding procedure and also talk about my personal thoughts about this. So let's begin. So first, if you have decided to get married to somebody, you have to go through a procedure called 상견례. 상견례. In English, it would be something like family meetup. Family meetup. I'm not sure if there is a thing in the West, and which is you and your future spouse book a nice restaurant. It could be a Korean restaurant or a Western restaurant, any restaurant, but you have to make sure it's a nice, restaurant. So you book a restaurant and you would have lunch or dinner. It doesn't really matter. With your family and the family of your future spouse. So parents from both sides and your siblings, if you have any siblings, and your future spouse siblings as well. And over there, you would talk about many things, blah blah blah. And if your parents and the parents of your future spouse likes to drink, like alcohol, then you can have some alcohol as well. And that's when your parents and the parents of your future spouse check like they each other. So it's like a place where you get permission to get married from your parents. So after the 상견례, when it's done, your parents would tell you, yeah, I like the family of your future spouse. I like your future spouse. And if they like everything, then you would move to the next step. But many times, the parents would not disagree with the marriage because of the background of the family, because of whatever reason. In that case, it would be very hard for you to get married. So can you not get married if your parents don't like the family background of your future spouse? The answer is no, you can get married. But if you do get married, even if your parents don't want you to get married to this person, then you would probably not have a nice relationship with your family for the rest of your life. Probably. Once you're done with your 상견례, the meetup with your family and the family of your future spouse, and then you would move to the next step. And the next step would be finding a wedding planner. Here in Korea, we have a job called wedding planner. So a wedding planner is someone who connects you to a the photo shoot studio, a hair salon place, a makeup place, your wedding hall, pretty much everything for what you need for your wedding. Sometimes they even tell you what to do for your honeymoon and everything, pretty much everything. So the wedding planner would tell you things like, for example, this photo shoot studio is located at this place and they do this kind of concepts for their photos, whereas that photo shoot studio is located here and they do this kind of concepts for their photos. And also, like, this wedding hall is located here, that wedding hall is located here, and blah blah blah, pretty much everything. And first you have to decide your wedding hall. So you would go for a wedding hall tour, and pretty much every weekend you have to go to like several wedding halls to choose which wedding hall you want. And once you're done with picking your wedding hall, you have to set your wedding day. Usually people set their wedding day from 9 months to a year ahead. And when you set your wedding day, the wedding planner will tell you, okay, 1 month before the wedding you have to do this, 2 months before the wedding you have to do this, 3 months before the wedding you have to do this, like everything. Okay, so after setting your wedding day, you have to take your photo shoot. Of course, all the procedure is done with your future spouse. And this procedure is like a typical procedure, but you don't have to go through this procedure. But most people do. Anyways, when you're done with setting your wedding day, then you have to take your photo shoot, and the photos you take at the photo shoot studio will be used at the wedding hall on the wedding day, and also will be used at the invitation card as well. You do that, you take your photos, and the photographer will take like thousands of photographs. And then out of those thousands photographs, you have to choose which one you want, like 20 or 30 pictures. And then those pictures will be used for on your wedding day, and also for your invitation card. And of course, you have to get your hair done, and you have to get your makeup done before the photo shoot. And those hair salons and makeup places will be explained by your wedding planner. And when you're done with that, you have to make your wedding invitation card. And there are two wedding invitation cards. One is the paper invitation card, and one is the mobile invitation card. So you send the mobile invitation card to people who you cannot meet, and you give the paper invitation cards to people who you can meet. And you don't just give out your invitation cards. What you have to do is you have to, again, book nice restaurants. So you have to buy a meal to your coworkers, to your friends, to your whoever you want to invite to your wedding. During that time is the busiest time, because on the weekdays you have to work, and on the weekends you have to like book restaurants, and you have to give out your invitation card to your coworkers while having a meal with your coworkers. So when it's time for you to give out your invitation cards, that's the busiest time. So you're not gonna have like weekends when that time comes. And I guess that time is gonna be February for me. I've checked out my schedule, and every single Saturday and Sunday I am busy, meeting up with my friends and with my coworkers and people. So I'll be busy all weekends in February. Oh yeah, I forgot this. And also, what you have to do is, if you are the first person getting married in your family, you have to buy a nice suit for your father. So in the wedding day, fathers wear suits and mothers wear hanbok, Korean traditional clothes, hanbok. I'm the oldest child in my family, and I'm the first person to get married, so I have to buy a nice suit for my father. I think that is gonna be next weekend. And also, you have to look for a hanbok place for your mother and the mother of your future spouse. You can either buy hanbok or rent hanbok, but people usually rent hanbok because people don't really wear hanbok these days. So you have to find the rental hanbok store and take your mother and mother of your future spouse to the rental hanbok place. Let them try all kinds of hanbok and let them choose what they want. So yeah, you have to do the hanbok rental as well. And then also you have to take your parents to the wedding hall and see what the wedding hall looks like. And also you can try the food you're going to have on your wedding day. So every single wedding hall has a restaurant, And it's usually a buffet restaurant. So you would take your parents to the wedding hall like a month before the wedding day and let them try what kind of food you're gonna have on your wedding day and let them know what kind of food they're gonna have and see if they like the food. Well, if they don't like the food, there isn't much you can do, but still, you're just you know you're just letting them know what they're gonna have. That's the point. And after done with that, I think that is pretty much the end of the wedding procedure, and you're ready to get married. And I think people usually spend about 30 million to 50 million won for the whole procedure. And that's a big range gap. And there's no such thing as average when it comes to getting ready for the wedding. And some people even spend up to 100 million won. Like I said, there's no limit. The range gap is just so huge. So you can really spend little money, whereas you can also spend a lot of money for your wedding. But if I have to say the average, I would say 30 to 50 million won. And even the average range is a big range gap. Okay, so that was the procedure of the wedding, the typical Korean wedding. And now I'm going to talk about what I think about the procedure. So of course this is my first time, going through all the procedure because it's my first time getting married. Um, I think there are way too many things to do. That's what I think. It's not simple. I've been really busy every weekend. Now I don't film everything that I do with my fiance. I'll only show you like parts of it. And I mean, to be honest, we've been really busy every single weekend. And like I said, it's gonna be the busiest time for me in February. Now, I don't think I can meet my fiance very well in February because I have meetups with my friends and with my coworkers and like dinner meetup, lunch meetup, whatever. So the whole procedure is very complicated and it's very stressful to be honest. Not in a bad way, but you have to think all the time. Like, okay, I have to use this much money for this much money for that. I have this appointment on this day. I have this appointment on this day. And also, I'm not really sure if all these procedures are necessary, to be honest. People who already got married usually say things like, once is enough with the whole procedure of the wedding. I can not go through the procedure twice, things like that. And I think I understand why people say that. It's really busy. You're gonna be busy for many months, and a lot of stress. Like I said, it's not like bad kind of stress, but still stress. And I also understand why a lot of couples fight during during getting ready for the marriage. There are a lot of things to discuss. There are a lot of things to figure out, and also money is also always the problem. You might not want to spend too much money on this, but your future spouse would want to spend a lot of money on the same subject. And also the thing is, you have to buy furnitures and things for your future house, future apartment, and that is not part of the wedding procedure, but that's what makes you busy as well. For example, these days I go to places to see furniture with my fiance, go to like electronic shops to see TVs, fridges, and things like that. That's also, what makes you keep busy. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about the procedure of a typical Korean wedding as a Korean man who is going through this procedure. Yep, I hope this was also an interesting story for you guys. I'm gonna end the video here today. Thank you for watching my video once again. See you next time. Bye bye.